beauty, it's time to feast.
Down in the valley of the shadow of death, where Babylon makes the rules.
Well, hello. Stephanie Fruge here with Wake Up Beauty, It's Time to Feast. And I am sitting here with a very special guest, Mr. Stan Hoffman.
Down in the valley of the shadow of death, where Babylon makes the rules. People live out their whole.
I was inaugurated into the Texas Music Hall of Fame.
In 2002?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think of all the things that's happened, that is probably what I'm most proud of,
Oh.
is being in the Texas Music Hall of Fame. It was a great honor for me to get into that. I used to go to church with my parents up in Counts, Tennessee.
Nice.
And I would sit right on the front pew there, and I would just watch the piano player, this older woman. I think the church only knew like 10 or 12 songs.
Right.
And I just watched her over and over. It was 2 weeks before my 6th birthday. And I watched her, and finally one day I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to go touch the piano. And so as everybody went outside, I kind of came back in, snuck back in, and I went to the piano and I played, just sat down and played the Old Rugged Cross. And so
With no experience.
never touched piano before in my life. I just seen her do it so many times. I just knew I could do it.
You memorized that by watching
I
her.
memorized it by watching her fingers. To me, they were just buttons.
So I went in
and I played the Old Rugged Cross. Well, the pastor heard me do that. And he come back in and he says, Jigger, I didn't know you know how to play the piano. And I said, that's my nickname back then, Jigger. And I said, well, I don't know how to play the piano. I said, this is the first time I ever played it. He says, no. He says, and then my mom comes and says, Jigger, get off that piano. What do you think you're doing? And the pastor goes, no. Listen to this. He says, Jigger, play that again. And so I played the Old Rugged Cross for my mom, and her face kind of fell, and she goes, I didn't know he could do that. And so the pastor goes, you know what this is, Shirley? He said, that's a gift from God right there. It's impossible. And so the 2 weeks later, on my 6th birthday, the church bought me my first piano. I just never looked back. I knew it. I knew that what I was going to do when I grew up, and I never had to wonder what I was going to be. And I had many different goals. None of them were big enough. I accomplished them very quickly, and so finally I said, I went straight out of school to hit the road. I had a scholarship, and to North Texas.
Nice.
And really didn't even bother with it because I knew I didn't want to be a band director, and
Right.
I just knew there was more to me than being a band director, and I didn't want to tie myself down in Shelby, Oklahoma, and teaching school or whatever it was.
Right.
I don't even know if there is a Shelby, Oklahoma.
Who would want to do that when you can pioneer reggae in the States?
Right. And I just knew there was something more to me than teaching band.
What instruments do you play?
I'm a drummer.
Okay.
I'm a drummer, a piano player, guitarist. I just recently started playing guitar about 2 or 3 years ago.
You've already mastered it, I'm sure.
No, I have not mastered it. I suck. But I practiced it every day. Every day I practice guitar every day. When I practice the guitar because I don't understand it. The piano and the key, I ran out of questions. I don't have any more questions for it. And I still love to play, and it's still my passion. There's nothing I'd rather be doing.
Right.
There really is nothing I'd rather be doing.
I love your road is smoking. You love your friendship and sharing. You'd like the world to be sharing in love. Smoke it up in praises. Don't take it in phases. Life into the fullest. In this world of the wisest. Oh, don't give in to Babylon.
At a point where I've been playing 50-something years, I kind of wish there were more than 12 notes now. Well, it started in 1979. I opened up for Bob Marley in Hawaii. And I'd never heard of reggae before. I thought reggae was like an island or something somewhere. My wife at the time, John and Eddie's mother, I was up on tour in Canada, and I met her, and she won 2 round-trip tickets to Hawaii.
What?
And so we yeah, and we had just got 2 brand new credit cards with $5,000 limits, you know? And so,
You're like, life is good.
yeah, we were, let's go to Hawaii. So we went to Hawaii for 2 weeks and ended up staying for 3 years.
Nice.
You know, and because I joined the band. As soon as I got there, I said, I don't want to leave this place.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a band, and you know, me being Stanton Hoffman, I walked up to him and said, I'm a keyboardist, and I want to jam with you. And so there was a Hammond organ that's sitting over there in the corner, and I saw it at the Rock and Roll Cellar where the rock and roll band teaser was. And then I saw an LSU hat on the singer's head. And I thought, LSU hat, okay. And this, you know, this guy's from.
You're like, wait a minute.
I said, we're a long way from home. We got a Tiger fan here, you know. And so on the break, I come to find out he was from Alexandria.
Wow.
I know, it was crazy. And so I joined that band. I played with them. Played with them that night. And the next day, they asked me to join the band. And so I ended up staying with the band for 3 years. And that's how I met. You know, I mean, how I got to play with, open up for Bob Marley, which started everything. You know, when I heard Bob and the Wailers play, it just melted me. And, you know, I could actually hear the whales singing after his show. There were whales out in the ocean singing because they were just digging the reggae, man. And the whales were digging that reggae, man. God, and you know, I thought, man, this is the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. And so I just got totally infatuated with the music and started studying it and bought every kind of reggae tape, cassette, and CD albums and tapes back then that I could find and learned the history of it and just became a 100% reggae guy, you know. And my band was called Teaser. We were a rock group out of Honolulu, and we were opening up for this Bob guy over on Maui, and we flew over, and when we got there, there was like 30,000 people on the beach waiting for this Bob dude. And, you know, we were just a hard rock group, and we opened up for him, and they just booed us. And I'd never been booed before, ever.
Are you serious?
You know, it's like they hated us so bad, you know, and then I thought, wow, we were pretty good, I thought. These people hated us, you know. And so Bob Marley, the helicopter came on, and it sat down, and they just stayed there and sit there, and finally the doors open and smoke just boiled out of the helicopter. You know, and they come out, and we said they had dreadlocks down to their butts, and each of them smoking a spliff, and I just went, oh my God, that's incredible. You know, look at their hair. You know, 1979, I'd never seen anything like it, and so then they started, and I at that point I think I was 24. 25, something like that, and I thought I knew everything there was. You know, you couldn't tell me anything about music, especially, and I couldn't even find the downbeat. I was so lost, I couldn't even find the downbeat. It was like I was looking at the drummer going, where's one? You know, because, you know, and so I got infatuated with the music, and so I came back to the mainland in 1980 and hooked up with Malcolm, Papa Malley, and Michael E. Johnson, and we started the first reggae band. And we did really well. We toured America for 10 years. We toured the world, really, and we became known as America's #1 reggae band, and we got nominated for we were nominated for a Grammy. We didn't win. We were nominated, and we did win the Indie Award that year, the Independent Album of the Year. We got Independent Album of the Year that year.
That is
amazing.
amazing.
We sold 53,000 albums off the stage without a record company. It was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. I have chill bumps right now.
I was the first American ever invited to play Reggae Sunsplash in Jamaica.
So not only were you like the first band, you were like the first white guy to.
Yeah, I was definitely the first white dread.
That is amazing.
You know, right? That was when I went to Jamaica, and there was a white guy with dreadlocks. Of course, they'd never seen anything like it. And of course, I had never seen anything like it. Really, nobody had ever seen anything like it. And I did it as an experiment back in 1982, just to see if I could do it. And I could. And I bleached them all blonde, and
nice.
It was pretty cool.
He'd like the world to be sharing in love. Smoke it up in praises. Don't take it in phases. Life into the fullest. In this world of the wisest. Oh, don't give in to.
When y'all toured, what is one of your most like memorable shows that you personally just loved? Like,
wow. There's a lot of them. I'll tell you what. Galveston one time. We were set up. We were playing with Guns N' Roses, and we were set up on the wharf, the pier, and there was 250,000 people there.
Holy.
It was as far as the eye could see was people down the beach. It was magnificent, you know. And it was really, I never got scared like that, you know, since I was a kid. But I never really looked at the large crowds, you know, because I didn't want to get that feeling. I just wanted to play and do my job. But it was such a big crowd. I told myself, you know, Stanton, look at it.
Yeah.
And so when I looked at it, I just kind of got mesmerized in it. And all of a sudden I realized I had about 5 minutes to go in, and I had to go to the bathroom and vomit because I was
Overwhelmed.
I was just, and I know now why I didn't look at the crowd, and you know, it's just too much for the body to handle if you look at it. But I think the most fun I ever had was in Trinidad, probably during carnival time, and we were there for 3 weeks, living in this beautiful mansion up in the hills, and you walk outside in the morning and just pick the fruit off the trees for your breakfast. And
you're like, can I stay here forever?
it was like, right, it really did not want to leave. It was a great time. I really enjoyed Trinidad. The Hammond D3 organ is the legendary organ that all the bands, if the band has an organist, that's what it is.
Okay.
That I played that strictly for like 10 years, and in Holiday Inn chains, and so, you know, hotels across America. And then and we started the band Killer Bees, and there was no other reggae bands in America. There was two reggae bands, one out of Kansas City called Pat's Blue Rhythm.
Okay.
Blue Rhythm Band, and there was one out of Austin called the Lotions. And both of these bands were good, but they weren't touring.
Right.
You know, they were local bands,
stayed,
and that was the only reggae bands that were in America. That was it. And then so when we started touring, we became, you know, definitely America's #1 reggae band, because we were just, one year we did 302 shows in 1 year. You couldn't hang with us. That's how much we worked. We worked more than anybody I'd ever seen.
Where y'all stayed independent your whole career?
We were independent the whole way. It's like to say if you love your job and you never work a day in your life, and I really have loved my job, and it's made a good living for me. And if I was to die today, right now, I'd have to say, you know what, Stanton, you had a great run. And yes, and I'm available on Tuesdays.